How you doing? Frank Martinez, and what everybody ought to know about a family with a disability. Why do you want to know this? Well, you could have stability in the relationship, family. You can have feelings of love, feelings of respect, feelings of acceptance, feelings of nurturing, feelings of belonging, stability. I don't know if I said that, but stability. If we don't know about this or read about this, listen to this, you're going to come up with some chaos in the relationship and family, rigidity. There's going to be poverty up here, and in here, financial stress, high intensities of conflict. There's going to be feelings of rejection, unwanted, not feeling like you belong, powerlessness, feelings of helplessness, grief, and abuse. Well, what is disability? In general, I'm going to take you to American Psychology Association. And in the DSM-5, updated DSM-5, we have intellectual disability. It's a general mental disability that impacts adaptive functioning in our daily lives. There's three categories. The first one is conceptual, has to do with your skills, what you're reading, language, math, writing, reasoning, knowledge, and memory. We also have next in our social is empathy, social judgment, interpersonal communication skills, the ability to make and retain friendships, and similar capacities. Last but not least, you have your third, practical, which comes with self-management. And when we have self-management, what does that come with? Personal care, our jobs, being able to have responsibility in our jobs, money management, recreation, and organizing work and tasks. Now, many of us have this ability. Many of us have the ability, and we use excuses not to do these abilities. There are some people out there that don't have excuses, and this is where the intellectual disability comes in. Now, think about this. If we're doing this to ourselves, wouldn't we consider this a disability? We are, in our own efforts, becoming disabled when we have the ability to do it. Okay, we'll keep on going. We're gonna give you 4 ways to do this. It's gonna start off, and the reasons why we're gonna do this is because what holds a family and relationship together? What's the glue of it? Can you think? I'll give you 3 seconds. What it is. 1, 2, 3. Come up with anything? All right. Intimacy. What we all do that keeps the bond together. Why we do what we do to get in a relationship, have a family. Sometimes it's not there, sometimes it is. We think, whichever. Intimacy comes from a Latin word called intimus, meaning inner. It doesn't come from money. It doesn't come from sex. It doesn't come from getting good grades. It doesn't come from work. It doesn't come from friendships, professors, family, children. Now, they can share it, the individuals, materials, you understand that part. People, they can share the intimacy if they have it, but if they don't, what do we see a lot of people do? Compensate. And many people compensate sex for intimacy, money for intimacy, having children to feel loved, intimacy. Not a healthy thing. Well, intimacy, we get that feeling that comes with, it implies physical, emotional, and cognitive. These are the intimacy. And when you get that feelings of intimacy, we're gonna have the emotions of including of love, warmth, passion, and all of these are tied to feelings of happiness. And why are we doing the intimacy again? Connectedness. Does that make sense? Well, let's get to the 4 things of intimacy, which are effort, sacrifice, forgiveness, and sanctification. Does that make sense? Well, what is effort? Does family and relationships just happen on their own? You pray and it automatically bonds the intimacy together? No, it takes effort. And effort comes in many factors. Like you got your workplace, your home, your school, you have your friendships, your family commitments, community. All these require effort. Now, let's go to sacrifice. What do we have for sacrifice? Sacrifice involves choosing to give up something in order to benefit another person. Can you think of something you have done that you have sacrificed to help somebody else out? Okay. And when things don't go as planned, blah, 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 then, or we come up with forgiveness. Forgiveness, what we use for, we got 5 of them, but forgiveness we have is used relational process in which harm is acknowledged by one or both of the parties. Okay, we have 2, which one is harmed party extends mercy to the person who did it. 3, one of both experience a transformation of negative emotions to positive. And 4 is the meaning of relationship, as you know it, is renegotiated. 4th. And when all those 4 are in line and do those, you get reconciliation, which means it becomes a relationship which involves intercommunication, or wait, meta communication. Boom, that's that meta. And then now we go to the 4th one, which is sanctification. Sanctification comes from your religion. It could come from believing in a higher deity, a higher purpose. It helps you balance out the situation, family, relationship, have meaning. It gives it more meaning, a spiritual belief. It helps sustain family and relationships during difficult times, and or consistency, congruency, and positive rituals in a relationship. This is that sanctification. Right? We go to church for families. We go to this religion, or we use other things to help sustain the relationship. Does this make sense? Once you get all this down, once all this is through, those 4, as off for the intimacy, you're going to understand we have better ways to communicate with one another. We're going to be more flexible. From our chaos to our rigidity, it's going to be stable and flexible in the middle of all our communication. That's going to be the family theme. It's going to be the family identity. We're going to also see that our privacy is more flexible. We're not going to be like, don't talk about that, don't talk about this, don't talk about that. We're going to have a way of talking with other people in this communication and within the family, as well as outside world. We're going to be more stable, more flexible, not as rigid. The abuse, everything else is going to lower down. We're going to be understanding more of one another. Why? We forgive one another. And we're going to learn to keep that positive ritual of family communication pattern in there. And this is what's going to happen when we go through those 4 steps. What everybody ought to know about a family with a disability. Thank you.